himself, who is also here in attendance, is somebody with 2 decades of telecom experience. He's an engineer working for himself. We also welcome the media fraternity. Of course, your presence here is highly welcome, and of course, we have in audience an honorable giver of the National Assembly and people of the regional executive of National People's Party of the KMC. Today is the 2nd edition of the NPP Scholarship and Award Ceremony. As you all know, this program is foresight that has been brought forward by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of our dear nation, President Barrow, to give scholarship to young people. It is kind of a vote of confidence on young people to tell you that, NPP will stand with you. We will support you. We want you to realize your dreams, and which is quite good because we all know the trickle-down effect of education. A young, educated youth is, of course, an asset to the nation, or the skill force of a nation. When a nation has a good skill force, it attracts investment. Investment, of course, we have a trickle-down effect on the economy of any nation. And education, too, is kind of very good because it's kind of solidified the democracy we have. You understand? This is quite important. So that is why NPP, a party, should I call it Progressive People's Party, we are, it's with profound sense of honor to kind of, to witness, these kind of occasions. NPP, because we know that, we want to pass the baton to the young people of this party. And as you know, people might have a dream. The essence of this scholarship is that a young person or a gifted child from Basel might have a dream. What is that dream? He wants to be a medical doctor. So we want him or her to be able to realize those dreams. A guy from my village of Brikam might have a dream, he wants to be an engineer. This kind of scholarship, it breaks barriers. It elevates poverty, from families and stuff like that. So, but without wasting time, I'm going to first of all go through the program schedule. We have the arrival of the guests, and we will have the opening introduction. Of course, that's me. We'll also have opening prayers, Chairman's remark, which is Honorable Master Xigay, statement by the Administrative Secretary, CDCC, and of course our guest speaker, which is called again, and the statement by the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and the first Deputy National President, Ambassador, and we also do a presentation of certificates by the Chairman and the committee members of the Scholarship Committee. A vote of thanks will be representative of our awardees will come forward to give a vote of thanks, and we'll have the closing remark led by the guests and some refreshment. Without wasting time, we'll is there any imam within our midst to come and do the prayers, please? Imam? Oh, Bala. Oh, Bala, okay. Yes, yeah. Imam, your name again, sorry. Musa Kande, Imam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa sallim. Allahumma salawatu ala rasulih. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala sayyidina wa nabiyyina Maulana Muhammad wa sallim tasliman. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa in lam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatih lima ughliqa wal khatim lima sabaq nasir al-haqq bil haqq والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم انصر آدم وبارك، اللهم انصر آدم وبارك، اللهم انصر جميع، اللهم انصر جميع، اللهم انصر آدم وبارك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you, Imam. Do we have anybody from the Christian community to lead the Christian prayers? Anybody? Yes, okay. You can please come forward, madam.
We give you glory, we give you honor. Thank you for this gathering, Lord. Lord, we pray, Father, for your presence, Lord, Father. Because you said wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, Father, you are in the midst, Lord, Father. We pray, Lord, Father, that Lord, this program, Lord, will be a success, Lord, Father. We declare it open in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Also, we acknowledge the presence of some regional executive members, Babaka Danso and Brad Bio of the regional committee, and Yamaje as well. Thank you. Now, the next item on the agenda is remark by our able chairman, Mas Aksike. Uncle, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Ms. Suleiman. Thank you once again. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am very sorry that we started late because of circumstances all of this morning. And I will first of all introduce the members of the highest table, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Demba Sabati. Welcome. Thank you. Our first or second party vice president. Good afternoon and welcome, Deputy Honorable Signate. Madam Jen, our guest, Secretary General, Deputy Sekuba Deputy, Suleiman, members of this committee, and members of the NEC who are present. You are all welcome. This is a very unique day for our party, the National People's Party. Of course, the history of this scholarship, we all knew because it hasn't started today. We are recording our second instance as fathers here. In here the last year this time doing the same activity. And today we are repeating it and we will continue to repeat it. Of course, this is a two-tier activity. One part is being done today, maybe in a very short while. There is a group that has taken over the rest of you people who are here or not here to continue with it. That is the MRC Holland. I will leave that to the real activists to take care of that. Once again, all that is meant for this, we have experts to give you the trajectory of what is happening. The leaders are here, we are here. I'm just the chairman of this committee, helping the facilitation of this activity. But my seniors are here, you will hear from them, and what exactly be participating for this. Again, you are all welcome. And I hope that the students like the one we've given the last time Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much, Ms. Atsijay, the chairman of the scholarship committee. Thank you very much for that remark. As the saying goes, President Obama, the former president of the United States, once said, the future of any nation belongs to the youth with education and with imagination to create. That means innovation. So obviously these scholarships are quite important. Now the next speaker is the admin secretary, Honorable CDC to take it from Steve, please.
Assalamu alaikum. The chair already apologized, but as the landlord, we know every house has a landlord, and I'm the landlord here. So I have to apologize for keeping you waiting, but it was an incident that happened with our meter. Fortunately, we were able to resolve it, and we apologize for that. We know that everybody is busy, and people are taking time out of work to come. People are taking time to come and be with their young ones here. So we apologize. Thank you so much. In Yegalu, they want to get a soon meet water, young Tadema. Kermune, I'm the Borokir. You got my Borokir, Bola was in Nasara, landlord, getting in. Honorable Chairman of the Scholarship Committee, Honorable Max Axigai, distinguished members of the committee, our honored guest speaker, Ms. Kolujai, First Deputy National President, Honorable Deborah Sabali, Deputy Admin Secretary, Honorable Suku Singati, Deputy National President, Musu Drame, Women Secretary, Regional Chairman and Regional Committee members of CARE, parents, students, guardians, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to stand before you today as we gather for the second edition of the NPP Scholarship Award. Last year, our pilot edition was appointed or supported 50 young men and women who saw real promise but lacked resources. This year, I am proud to say that we are recognizing 120 awardees. A significant expansion and a clear sign of our party's commitment to education, inclusion, and future for this country. This scholarship is more than a check or a certificate. It is a statement. It is our collective belief that no young person should have their dreams curtailed because of the financial access. Under the leadership of His Excellency President Adam Ababa, we are working to build a Gambia where every child has the chance to learn, to grow, and to survive. The NPP is honored to play a part in that journey. To the Scholarship Committee, chaired by Mas Axigai, thank you for the countless hours you have devoted, the meticulous screening you have undertaken, and the fairness you have enjoyed. Your work has allowed us to stand here confidently today and recognize the deserving students with integrity. Thank you, Chairman. To our awardees, congratulations. Your hard work has brought you to this path. But let today also remind you that with this honor comes with responsibility. Use this support wisely, stay focused, keep your ambition alive, give back to your families, your communities, and this country. The party recognizes you. We believe in you. Now, go forward and grow well. To our parents and guardians, we salute you. We encourage you. Your sacrifices, often unseen, matters. Thank you for standing with your children and enabling them to reach this opportunity. Finally, let us all remember that education is the foundation for a stronger Gambia. Let us commit as a party, as a community, as a nation, to expanding opportunities, lifting one another, and leaving no one behind. Thank you for your attention. May Allah bless our students. May He bless our party, and may He bless the Republic of the Gambia. May He bless the President and the Secretary General of the Republic of the Gambia, President Adama Barrow. Long live the National People's Party, long live the Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Admin Secretary, for that wonderful remark. As he rightly mentioned, education is not a cost, it's an investment into the future of our young ones. I hope the awardees, the 120 awardees, will take their course quite seriously at universities and other higher institutions. As you know, no nation can develop without education. And also, we also have to see what kind of education we need to pursue at universities. You've seen the world has taken a lead in both AI, technology, machine learning, data sciences, and stuff like that. These are some of the skills our dear nation need, and these are critical skills. We all know that, Gambia, a small country like Gambia, we don't need this massive fleet of vehicles every day from Congo to Banjul. We can all work from the comfort of our homes through the emergence of technology, the dark fiber, hopefully. We will talk about those things, what plans there are to make sure that, we can have, people can work from home, like the United Kingdom, you spend 2 days working from home, maybe 3 days in the office or something. That's a massive saving. And you also spend a lot of time with your family and stuff like that. We thank His Excellency, the President, who gave young people this opportunity to pursue their dreams at other higher institutions. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. The next speaker is, of course, Kodu Gang. Kodu Gang is, he works for Gamcel, should I say, and as I mentioned, she's been in the telecom industry for quite long, and she's also the chairman of STEP, but she'll talk about it later. But of course, we recognize the presence of the executive secretary of KMC, Kanifi Municipal Council. Thank you, Executive Secretary, for attending this event. Despite your busy schedule, and we all know that your commitment to the party and all the things. Thank you very much for attending. Kodu is a citizen engineer who works for Gamcel. As I said, she's a woman. I don't want to be gender biased here, because when I say woman, we say, what do they mean by woman? We don't have a lot of women engineers in this country, obviously. So she's an example, obviously. So, Kodu, the floor is yours. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Executive Secretary of the National People's Party, CDC, Mr. Master Sigai, a senior citizen of this country, Mr. Sinyate as well, Kamala, and Mr. Sinyate as well. I am deeply honored to be here today with you, not just as the speaker of this memorable event, but as a traveler and a partner in this remarkable journey of education and learning. I would like to begin by expressing my heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency the President and the government of the Gambia through the National People's Party for initiating and sustaining this needs scholarship program. Your commitment to education and gender equality aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly SDG 4 on falling education, SDG 5 on gender equality, and SDG 10 on reduced inequalities. When I look at this room, I feel a sense of joy and hope. And I remember my journey way back. When I completed grade 12, there was nothing like you said. And as Mr. Kamara said, all I wanted to study was engineering. And the University of the Gambia was not offering any engineering programs. My dad, who worked as a driver, he could not pay for my school fees outside the Gambia. But I persevered and insisted that I have to do my degree program. In 2017, the company I worked for, Gamcel, offered me a scholarship to study in Ghana, and I graduated with honors. Today, I lead an organization of 991 women in STEM professionals, committed to guiding the next generation of female leaders in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Through our efforts, we have supported students in achieving scholarships and mentorship opportunities. Two of our members, one in Bangladesh and the other one in Indonesia, were supported. We were able to secure funding from Kimpu Foundation. One of our members is currently studying a PhD program in microbial chemistry in Japan through the Ministry of Higher Education. Two of our members were winners of the Africa Women in Tech and AI in Rabat, Morocco, where over 30 countries have met. And two of our other members are currently in the UK. They are Chevening scholars. I am thrilled to say that we have members in this room. I have seen some of our girls, our student members in this room. The world often defines success as a wealth of accumulation or climbing the corporate ladder. But true success comes in different phases. It is not a competition where one must lose for the other person to win. Life allows for a win-win solution. Each of you will have your own way of defining success, but one I hold so dear to my heart is success is becoming the best you are capable of becoming. It is about maximizing your potentials and striving to be the best version of yourself. Yet a wise man once said, a life is not important except in the impact it has on another life. I think that's what the president did here. While success is about what you achieve, significance is about what you give. True fulfillment comes when you use your success to lift other people and help them to be the best version they can be. Today, as scholarship recipients, you might feel a mix of pride, relief, and excitement. You have worked tirelessly, made sacrifices, and rising to meet extraordinary challenges. But remember, this is not just a reward. It is a transition from one chapter closing and the opening of another chapter. This scholarship is more than a financial aid. It is a gateway to a brighter future, not for anyone but for Gambia. I encourage you to make the most of it, to remain committed to your work, to your studies, set ambitious goals, support one another, and strive for excellence in all that you do. Because there are many people outside this hall here today who wanted to have the same opportunities that you guys have. So if you have that opportunity, it's not you competing with anybody. You are working towards developing a nation that we call the Gambia. So I encourage all of you to work together. Stay curious. Your studies sometimes focuses on one field, but do not allow it to limit your vision. Some of the most innovative ideas and meaningful lives are built by those who explore beyond their own disciplines. Talk to people from other areas of expertise. Read widely and remain open to unexpected opportunities. Often, the most rewarding discoveries comes from paths you have not planned. We are living in the world of artificial intelligence, a technology that is transforming the world around us. Africa needs AI. The Gambia is no exception. I would advise all of you to dedicate at least 30 minutes each day to read on AI and digital technologies. The future belongs to those who innovate, adapt, and lead. To the girls in this room, I want to say you can do it. There is no magic behind success. It is built on commitment, consistency, and smart learning. You definitely do not need to read hard, you just need to read smart. Currently, there are 3 women in STEM members that are developing solutions, not for any other country, but for the Gambia, and they are women. We have Farmer Jalo. Farmer is building a solution called HISIA. This solution intends to build Africa's environmental data infrastructure for agriculture by launching satellites and combining AI, drones, and ground sensors to provide environmental data. We all know that AI works on data. Another Gambian called Teres Keta is developing a mobile app. The app is a mobile AI-powered mobile app for STEAM. And when we say STEAM, it means science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. That makes education accessible for anyone in this country. We have Aissatou Dagunda is building an Internet of Things for agriculture, health, and education. So to the girls in this room, if these 3 women, young women can do this, I believe you can do it as well. To the parents present, your role is crucial. Your guidance, encouragement, and belief in your children's potential are what shapes their path to progress. True success requires nurturing, patience, and active involvement. Celebrate their achievements, support them through challenges, and help them remain focused on their goals. Your support is not merely financial, it is about mentoring, motivating, and instilling confidence. Your dedication today nurtures leaders tomorrow, innovators, and change makers of tomorrow. Before I conclude, I would like to highlight one particular student in this room. Her name is Safia Seka. Do we have Safia here? Yeah, she's right there.
Clap for Safia.
Clap for Safia. When I saw Safia this morning, I was really happy because you can have your seat, Safia. During her graduation, Normally, when our student members graduate, we just go to the school and award the best student, and Safiatu was one of them. So when the WASA results were released, I reached out to most of the student members that we had from Mansakoli, St. Peter's, Nusrat, and the like. So they did extremely well. I think the minimum was 7 A's for most of them. They did amazingly well. So I asked Safiat, what do you want to study? Just like Sira. Do we have Sira Caesar here? She's not here. So Sira also was one of the amazing students who graduated this year. So I asked her what she wanted to study. She said civil engineering. But she said, Auntie Paulo, my mother would not be able to pay for my school fees. For the whole of that day, my mind was on Safiato because I have gone through the part she was foreign women. So I told her, Safiato, you have to go to USET and apply for the program. She applied. Then she called me from the school and she told her I have applied. I said, okay, we'll find for funds. I don't have the right funds, but we'll look for funds. I only wanted Safiato to go back to school. So when she was accepted by USET, obviously she was going to be accepted because of her results. When she was accepted, she called me again. I told her I am accepted. Then I said, yes, we'll look for funds. She started applying to different areas. And I'm really happy to see Safiato in this room. Please clap for her. On behalf of Safiato and her family, I would like to thank the government of the Gambia for supporting her. In closing, I urge the government of the Gambia, through His Excellency the President, through the National People's Party, to continue and expand such meaningful initiatives. Investing in education, especially for girls, is investing in the nation's future. These young Gambians will become doctors, data scientists, cybersecurity analysts, engineers, leaders, and innovators, who will shape our country's destiny. Let us continue to work together, government, parents, civil society, educators, and students, to build a future where every Gambian child has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kodu Jai, for that wonderful remark. And he put a lot of emphasis on education. We all know that from history, no nation has risen without investing in education. And if any country wants to compete in the global stage, you have to invest in the youth of that nation. She touched a quite important area, which is AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. We know that this is the trend the world is taking today, and there's no if or but. Recently, there's a story in Nigeria where people that goes to traditional school, like you go to school Monday to Friday, you read traditional subjects, and also another group of youngsters who were experimenting in AI, they went to school for 2 months. Those who went to traditional school were able to, those who do AI were able to learn the same amount of materials like that of the traditional school that we do it. So that means for us to spend that 20-something years of our life in education will go out of the windows very soon. Because we don't need to do that. Why would we spend half of our life educating ourselves? With AI, and she also mentioned one important thing that is called the Internet of Things. We all know that we are living in an interconnected world. That is why the scientists decided to develop what we call IP version 6, whereby we have about 100 quadrillion IP addresses, even frickeys. Everything will be connected to the internet. So this is quite important. And that is why it's also important for people here, young ones who are learning, please pursue courses in AI, education, IT, engineering, because you can employ yourself. You don't have to depend on government to employ you. Look at the girls you mentioned here, who are developing their own application. And this application will have a trickle-down effect in the economy of this nation.
So please, look at South Korea. South Korea doesn't have a lot of natural resources. But through education, they were able to invent things like Samsung Galaxy. Everybody in this room know about Samsung. They invest in education. So science and technology, there is no if or but. We need to pursue these things. If at all, we want to develop our nation. If at all, we want to have employment. You see, some people talk about international appointment. We all know about international appointment doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to the United Nations. No. You go to the United Kingdom, you see a lot of Indians who are working in banks, Barclays Bank, Merrill Lynch, and others. How do they get there? It's because of education, science, engineering, IT, AI, data sciences. Let's pursue these things. You can be at the comfort zone of your home while you are employed by a company in America. It's happening. So please, let's thank you very much for that wonderful inspirational speech. We thank you very much. Now, without wasting time, we are going to call on the. It's a bit of taking the whatever you said, but we want the executive secretary, Mr. Singate, to say a few words before we invite Honorable Minister Deborah Savage to take the floor. Executive secretary. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm present here today. Our esteemed guests, a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of His Excellency the President, whom I represent in this region as the Executive Coordinator, otherwise the Governor of the region. I think this is an opportunity for some of you to know that just like in other regions, the other 5 regions of this country, His Excellency the President has decided to extend efficiency of his administration to bridge the gap between communities and institutions with central government. And that is why he appointed 2 governors and called the executive coordinators for Kanifing municipality and for the Banjul city. So that this is good for you to know, and know that our offices are open to facilitate and help in receiving your problems and forwarding them to the right authorities for probably better solutions. Having said that, may I come back and respectfully honor the presence of and recognize it also of Honorable Demba Sabali, the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, present here, and the Administrative Secretary of the National People's Party, Sheriff Sidi Sise, and by extension to all the esteemed and respected members of the National Executive present here, in the persons of Mas Aksigai and Honorable Suku Singate, and my honorable brother here, Suleiman, in charge of the media, and the Honorable Sekuba, the Deputy Admin Secretary, and Mr. Njai, also, you're all respectfully recognized here. By extension, please allow me to say a big thank you to our host, the regional representatives of the President, politically, those who are here. Let me recognize them on behalf of the Chairman, Alaji Mustafa Turi. Having said all this, I just want to make a brief statement, and let me thank and recognize the media. Your work is profoundly recognized and appreciated. Those who are sitting at home today are all benefiting today and knowing what is going on. It is good to do something good, but it is better to make sure it is seen to be done. And every little thing that this government is doing in our eyes, such as what we are doing here, has profound and multiplying effects, so that it is humbling to know and recognize and thank you for the job you are doing. And on behalf of the awardees, let me say to our sister and a very inspirational person in the person of Ajiko Ujeng, to say the least, is that she is everywhere in this country where good things are happening. And she is always representing women and girls and making them believe that they can do whatever men can do. She's a shining example. And on behalf of all you awardees, let me congratulate you. And say that what the National Executive has done on behalf of the NPP and on behalf of His Excellency the President has made us very, very proud. Our heads are very high today, and we hope we will see multiples and multiplications of such gestures that will have lasting effect in the development of this country. Let me end it there, but once again, I welcome you to the KM region here, and we are always proud to have something to offer Gambians. And we hope that you will be our ambassadors wherever you have the opportunity to extend the good things and good work that this government is doing, most especially under the leadership of His Excellency the President. I thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to correct myself. Instead of the executive secretary, is the executive coordinator. Thank you very much for that wonderful remark. And the media fraternity, which are part of, we also, the president rightly said, good news is also a headline news. So let's go home with that. Thank you very much. We have wasted time. I'm going to invite the Honorable Minister, Dr. Jemma Savadi, who also double as the first Vice President of National People's Party. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Camara, and thank you for that introduction. A very good afternoon to all of you. Please allow me to recognize the presence of Honorable Bakari Singade, the Executive Coordinator for KMC, and of course, the second Deputy National President of the NPP, Honorable Sumpu Singade, and the Chairperson of the Scholarship Committee of the National People's Party, Honorable Mas Aksige. They've worked tirelessly to get us here today. So, Honorable Mas Aksi and your committee, we thank you very much for the very good work you have done. Of course, our Admin Secretary, Honorable Sidi Sise, he has already told you he is the landlord. And of course, Honorable Sise, thank you for the logistics that got us here. Of course, his deputy, Honorable Sekuba, is here. He is our Member of Parliament for Basel and the Deputy Administrative Secretary for the NPP. I'm also delighted to definitely be by Honorable, Madam Kodujeng. She has delivered a very inspirational speech here, and of course her resume is very impressive, and of course she has proven that by being very inspirational to our young girls. And I think as a father of two girls, I'm really, really happy to be by her side here. Thank you very much for coming and delivering such a wonderful speech. We also have the Deputy Head of Finance, Mr. Njai is here. Mr. Njai, we recognize your presence. And of course, very importantly, the Secretary of the Women's Wing, that is Madam Musudrame. She is the Secretary of the Women's Wing, and
I think majority of the recipients here today are girls, and that explains why NPP as a party, we pay particular attention to the role of women, and not only role, but empowerment of women. And presence of Musu here is a testament of that, I think so. Of course, in the midst of all these young people, there's a bright star, and that is Mr. Tunkara, the president of the NPP Students' Week. He is very, very active, he is very bright, and he's always with the young people. And Mr. Tunkara, thank you for being here. The media, and of course, the KMC regional team is in the house, and of course, our NPP media are here. We are thankful for your presence. Today is another day for NPP. When I say another day, this is the second year in a row that the party is awarding scholarships to needy Gambians for them to be able to pursue their dreams and vision. This scholarship, like the earlier speaker said, is meant to cut the ties. It's meant to be unusual. It's meant to bring a child from a hut, from a village, to become a medical doctor. Somebody from any part of this country to become anything unimaginable. And that is the goal. And I think we are achieving that goal. Last year, the National People's Party, under the leadership of the Wisdom Field, His Excellency President Adam Barrow, we delivered 52 scholarships last year. This year, in 2025, the party, and I want to make this very, very clear, this scholarship is not a scholarship of the Gambia government. This is a scholarship of His Excellency President Adam Barrow and the NPP. We are today awarding 80 scholarships. Most of you for 4-year degree programs, some of you in other tertiary institutions, probably 2 years or 3 years. A total cost of $8 million is going to be coming from President Barrow. This is not a cost, like Suleiman said. This is an investment that the NPP is happy to undertake. In fact, our happiest days are the days when we sit down and interact with the bright young minds like yourselves here in this room. These are our best days, and we are happy to have you here today. When Madam Fodu spoke, she mentioned SDG 8, 9, and 10. But of course, as the Minister of Agriculture, my worries are SDG 1 and 2. SDG 2 talks about poverty, and then, of course, SDG 2 also talks about zero hunger. And I think for her specialty, which is STEM, can play a big role. And most of you young people here today, or the not so young who are around, but of course young at heart, technology impacts every facet of life, including agriculture itself. Suleiman spoke about South Korea. I was in South Korea a couple of months ago. A farmer in the city can water their plants 300 kilometers away using technology. Yes, and this, I have seen it in Zimbabwe. The president of Zimbabwe is the biggest farmer in the country. He can water his crops 300 kilometers while in his presidential mansion. And nothing has made that possible but technology. And the young people here, we are counting on you to make that possible in this country. This is possible. So it's your task. And a country like South Korea, 85% of their land is mountains and hills. They only have 15% to build their homes and 15% to grow their crops and their animals. Today, they are self-sufficient. In fact, they are exporting. They donated Africa 50,000 metric tons of food as a donation. This is just surplus. A country only has 15% of its land. Gambia has over 500,000 hectares of land that is arable and being unused. So this means the opportunity exists for all of you, the young people here, to venture into agriculture, but not only in agriculture, but the technology to help improve agriculture, so that we don't do it the way our farmers or our fathers did it. So the bridge is going to be you, not us. So please be ready to be that bridge. because the burden will be on your shoulders. So bring our country to self-sufficiency using biotechnology. Today, as a party, NPP, we are very aware that one day our batch, we call it our batch, our cohort, me, the CDCs, the SUPUs, and all the other ones that are here, we will fade out. And the party will be here for hundreds of years to come. The only people to move the party will be you. And this is the belief that His Excellency President Adama Barrow has inculcated in us. Nobody is going to be in these positions for long. You're going to be there for a time. Do what is legacy, like she said in her deliberation. The most fulfilled life is the life that has impacted another life. So if you have not impacted people, you were just occupying space on earth. And we don't want us or our party to just occupy space. We want to impact lives. And that is why we are investing in education, investing in agriculture, investing in healthcare, modernizing the energy infrastructure, making people's lives and livelihoods better. This is the vision of our leader, President Adama Barrow. And this is what his legacy ought to be, changing people's lives. So today, we have met another milestone in our political party's agenda. That is the agenda of transitioning from a young party that was just formed 3 years or so to a party that is matured, with structures in every region of this country, with structures in every constituency, with structures in every village in this country. And today, we are so encouraged to see all these young, bright minds sat down here to be awarded scholarships for your degree programs or programs in tertiary institutions. This has motivated us that one day somebody here probably is going to be the President of the Republic. Somebody in this room here probably is going to be the next Kodudiek, or the next Minister of Agriculture, or somebody will even be the next Administrative Secretary of our great NPP. So we wholeheartedly, on behalf of the National People's Party and on behalf of His Excellency President Adama Barrow, our Secretary General, our party leader, and our candidate for 2026, to sincerely congratulate you, the winners of the award today. There were thousands of applicants. We are all Gambians. We know the need out there. You probably are the luckiest to be awarded today. You probably are also among the best, because I've seen some of your results here unimaginable for kids that have gone to schools that are considered public schools or schools in neighborhoods that are really not the best neighborhoods. But despite all the resource challenge, despite all the logistics hurdles, you overcame all those hurdles and came out with 6 A's, 7 A's, and 8 A's, probably using a candle for some of you. For some of you, probably having to sell firewood to buy cash power for $50 if you're able to study for that night. There are people who have done that, I'm sorry. But with all those things, you made it to this level. So this means you can make it to any level. It can only get better. If you believe in that philosophy, you will make it through life. Our role as a party is to create the environment. And President Adama Barrow has led this country for the past 9 years in an excellent shape, creating good governance. Today, every Gambian is free to speak. In fact, there are people who didn't speak part of him, and he will still smile over that. That is the democracy our party and our leader is building. And that is the environment we want you to grow and believe in. That violence cannot move our country. That division cannot move our country. What can move our country is believing in ourselves, believing in our country, believing in our leadership and our government, and be focused in our individual dreams. Dream big, because this government and this party, the NPP, will accompany you unalloyed in your that victory. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for that wonderful speech. Honorable Minister, who mentioned something like smart farming. I think a couple of years ago, when His Excellency, the President of this Republic, said people will be using their mobile phones to water their gardens, some people start laughing in the media. And they think that is impossible. And what smart farming is out there. These are simple applications. Honorable Minister, through his test for what we call food self-sufficiency, self-sufficiency, you've seen